Hi, this is Ridea Keeping It Real, and we are reading through the Bible using the Good News Bible. We're on the Apocryphal books, which are the hidden books, and we're on Sirach. We're on Sirach chapter 10, and this has just been a wonderful book to read with a lot of great advice and wisdom that we can use for ourselves, for when you're hearing it, and also for the people in your lives, right? So here we go. Sirach chapter 10. Rulers. A skilled craftsman is admired for the things he makes, and a leader's wisdom is proved by his words. Someone who speaks rashly and recklessly is feared and hated by everyone in town. A wise ruler will educate his people, and his government will be orderly. All the officials and all the citizens will be like their ruler. An uneducated king will ruin his people, but a government will grow strong if its rulers are wise. The Most High sees to the government of the world and brings the right person to power at the right time. Something we need to keep in mind, that the Most High is in control of everything. Everybody who's a president, a ruler, a king, a queen, the Most High put them there for a purpose, even if we don't understand it. The success of that person is in the Most High's hands. The Most High is the source of the honor given to any official. Pride. Don't be angry with someone for every little thing he does wrong. Don't do anything out of injured pride. Arrogance and injustice are hated by both the Most High and man. Injustice, arrogance, and wealth cause nations to fall from power, and others then rise to take their place. So injustice, arrogance, and wealth cause nations to fall. We are only dust and ashes. What we have, we got to be proud of. What? We are only dust and ashes. What have we got to be proud of? Good point. Our body decays even while we are alive. A long illness puzzles the doctor. Even a king may be alive today and dead tomorrow. When a person dies, all he then possesses is worms, flies, and maggots. Pride has its beginning when a person abandons the Most High, his Maker. Pride is like a fountain pouring out sin, and whoever persists in it will be full of wickedness. This is why the Most High brought terrible punishments on some people and completely destroyed them. The Most High has overthrown kings and put humbler people in their place. The Most High has pulled up nations from the root and established humbler ones in their place. The Most High has overthrown empires and completely devastated their lands. He destroyed some so completely that they are not even remembered anymore. The Creator never intended for human beings to be arrogant and violent. People who should be honored. Who deserves honor? The human race does, because people fear the Most High. Who does not deserve honor? The human race does not, because people break the Most High's commands. A leader should be honored by those who follow him, and the Most High honored by those who fear him. Rich people, famous people, poor people, all take pride in their fear of the Most High. It is not right to refuse honor to a poor person who is intelligent. It is not right to give honor to a sinner. Men of influence, rulers, and judges will be honored, but none of them is greater than the person who fears the Most High. A slave who is wise will have free citizens serving him, and if they are sensible, they will not resent it. Humility and self-respect. It's like almost hearing words that you need to hear that you haven't heard in one place at one time. That's what this feels like to me. Humility and self-respect. When you do your work, don't make a show of your skill and don't try to put on a show when you're in trouble. It is better to work and have more than you need than to go around boasting but hungry. Son, keep your self-respect but remain modest. Value yourself at your true worth. There is no excuse for a person to run himself down. No one respects a person who has no respect for himself. Poor people can be honored for their good sense, and rich people can be honored for their wealth. If someone is honored while he is poor, think how much he will be honored when he becomes rich. Good point. If someone is despised while they are rich, think how much they will be despised if they become poor. I don't know why that reminds me of Drake for some reason, right? If a poor man is wise, he has good reason to be proud, and he will be thought of as a great man. Appearances. Do not compliment a person on his good looks. On the other hand, do not look down on someone who is unattractive. Compared to most flying things, a bee is very small, but the honey it makes is the sweetest of all foods. Don't make fun of someone who has fallen on hard times and is dressed in rags. The Most High does wonderful things that human beings never notice. Many of the kings who have ended their careers sitting on the ground while their crowns were worn by men no one had ever heard of. Many are the rulers who have suffered disgrace. Many are the famous men who have fallen into the powers of others. Be cautious. Before you start criticizing, get your facts straight and think the matter through. Don't interrupt while someone is speaking. Hear what he has to say before you answer. Don't get into an argument over something that is none of your business. Don't take pride in decisions that are being made by sinners. Son, don't get involved in too many things. If you try to do too much, you will suffer for it. You won't be able to finish your work, and you won't be able to get away from it either. For instance, here is a man who never stops working like a slave, but gets further behind all the time. On the other hand, another man may be very poor and not up to the task. He may be slow and he may need help, but the Most High is pleased with him and pulls him out of his bad situation. When he is back on his feet again, everyone is astounded. Everything comes from the Most High. Success and failure, poverty and wealth, life and death. That is something, I can put that on a plaque. I can do my pornography on that. I love that. Wisdom, understanding, knowledge of the law, love, and the doing of good deeds. All these come from the Most High. Error and darkness have been with sinners from the beginning, and those who enjoy evil will have it with them in their old age. The Most High's gifts to religious people are gifts that endure. I don't know if it says religious people. I don't know. That word is like added. If he approves of you, you will always be successful. A man may grow rich by working hard and denying himself pleasure. But what does it get him? A man may grow rich by working hard and denying himself pleasure, but what does it get him? He says to himself, now I can finally sit back and enjoy what I have worked for. But he has no idea how long it will be before he must die and leave his wealth to others. This is so true. Because of what I do, one of my businesses is Medicare. So those are people 65 and older mostly. And this is the time of year where I go and visit, where I'm in my car. I go to people's houses, I visit them, and to talk about their plans for next year. And most of them are retired. If they weren't, they would have, employer coverage. And all of them kind of say the same thing. Like they have worked long and hard. They're getting their Social Security. And a lot of them are getting their retirement check. And that's a great thing. But they're at the end of their life. They've worked their fingers to the bone. Some of them physical work. You know, that's a true thing. And then, like, I started this YouTube channel, 2 years ago, because I was watching somebody's YouTube channel, and it was like, that person, that's all they did. You could tell that. They had a lot of followers, a lot of hits, a lot of views, and I don't even remember what they were talking about. But I thought, how on earth, could it be that this is a way to make a living like this, right? You're not going out. You're not going to work every day. You're going down to your computer and looking at your phone or whatever. Like, you got to rethink this. That's all I'm saying. We have to rethink it, you know? And, I'm not saying you do a YouTube channel to get rich, but you got to find other ways other than what they tell you is the way, right? Because what? You're going to end up dead like everybody else. And so how are you going to go through life, the life that we have to live while we are alive? All right, I got off on a tangent there. 20. Stand by your duty and stick to it. Grow old at your work. Stand by your duty and stick to it. Grow old at your work. That kind of contradicts what he just said. Don't be jealous of what sinners achieve. Just stick to your own work and trust the Most High. It is very easy for the Lord, the Most High, to make a poor man suddenly rich. Oh, it is very easy. He didn't like that. Let's see. He didn't like me, I guess, highlighting that. But it is very easy for the Most High to make a poor man suddenly rich. Devout people will receive the Most High's blessing as their reward, and that blessing can be given in a moment. Look at that. Don't be concerned about what you need or what success the future holds for you. On the other hand, don't think that you have everything you need or that nothing can go wrong for you in the future. When things are going well, people don't think about hard times. And when things are going badly, they forget about prosperity. The Most High can easily wait until the day of a man's death to reward or punish him. At that time, his deeds are open for all to see. All his happiness can be erased in that one moment of misery. So, then, don't think of anyone's life as happy till it's over, because all the evidence is not in until that person is dead. Whew. Okay. I think I can get maybe through chapter 12. Be careful in choosing friends. Oh, this is going to be good. Listen up, teenagers. Because by the time you get to be my age in your 60s, you're not really adding a whole lot of deep friends. Be careful about the kind of person you invite into your home. True. Because clever people can fool you in many ways. I've had that happen, where I've known that person brought negative energy into my house, and they're never coming back. A proud man is a decoy to lure you into danger, like a spy. He will look for your weaknesses. He will make good appear evil and find fault with the noblest action. A single spark can set a pile of coals ablaze, and a sinner is just waiting for a chance to do violence. Watch out for such people and their evil plans. They will ruin you permanently. If you bring a stranger home with you, it will only cause trouble, even between you and your own family. When you do a good deed, make sure you know who is benefiting from it. Then what you do will not be wasted. That's a pretty picture. You will be repaid for any kindness you show to a devout person. If he doesn't repay you, the Most High will. No good ever comes from a person who gives comfort to the wicked. No good ever comes from a person who gives comfort to the wicked. It is not a righteous act. Give to, I don't know if that word is religious people. Oh, it's bothering me. Gotta look at it in the Sefer, Sirach 4. Sirach 12:4. Here we go. Hold on. Sirach. Sefer really is Sirach. Sirach 12:4. And Sirach is also called Ecclesiasticus. Oh, there we go. 975. And sometimes you have to do this. You gotta stop reading and go and research. 975. Sirach. What are we on? Chapter 12. 4. 12, 4. Sirach 12, 4. Righteous. See that? Where they change it to religious. And deceiver. Way too close. I don't like that. Give to the righteous man and help not a sinner. I like this. What does that say? Give to the righteous man, but don't help sinners. Do good to humble people and don't give anything to those who are not devout. Don't give them food. Wow. Don't give them food, or they will use your kindness against you. I've seen that happen. I've had that happen. Where I've done good by some people and they return it with evil. And the Bible says against that evil will never leave that person's house. Every good thing you do for such people will bring you twice as much trouble in return. That is so true. I've experienced it. Where you start doing good with people who are evil, and they keep using you. They won't go away, right? The Most High himself hates sinners, and he will punish them. Give to good people, but do not help sinners. When things are going well, it is hard to tell who your real friends are. But in hard times, you can recognize your enemies. Even your friends will leave you then. But when you're successful, your enemies will act like friends. True. Never trust an enemy. His wickedness is destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him. Even if he acts ever so humble, he is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seat an enemy at your right hand. Seat an enemy at your right hand. And the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. So, hey, you never heard this before? Here you go. Especially younger people. Older people, if you're listening to this, tell your children. Say, wait, hold it. Even if you find this book, find this video, write it down. I don't care what you do. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animals, tamers, who get bitten. And nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with a sinner and get involved in their wrongdoing, right? Because you're playing with fire. An enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. He will speak fine words while he plots how to trap you. He will pretend to share your sorrows, but he will kill you if he gets a chance. If trouble comes your way, you will find him waiting, ready to trip you up while he pretends to help you. He will be a different person then, rubbing his hand, nodding his head, and spreading rumors about you. I mean, you live long enough, you can put a name on it. You can name a person in your life that has done that crap to you. It is the truth. What is this picture of? But when you're successful, your enemies act like friends. Isn't that the truth? I kind of like this color right here. I don't think I've ever used it before. I can tell I've never used it because I didn't know I liked it. They're your friends. Oh my goodness. You know, and I remember, this is what I remember with this, is that I am a person of color, black person, Israelite woman. And I was the only executive ever in this credit union that I worked in. So people thought I was somebody. They did. To them, I was somebody. All the people that weren't executives thought I was somebody. Hold on just 1 second. I'm sorry. Bear with me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. But yeah, and they treated me like I was somebody. Meaning that I pull up in the parking lot. I couldn't get to my office without a bunch of people saying good morning and hi and how are you? And I would, I certainly would do the same. But I'm sitting there thinking, would you be saying hi, how are you if I was a teller on the teller line? No, you would not. You know what I mean? You would just not even care about me at all. But you're only saying that because you think I'm somebody. You think I'm important. You think I'm successful. And I was the vice president of training and quality service, which meant that I did their training, or I created their training, or one of my trainers did the training. But they knew who I was because, they would see me like in the big meetings and whatever I had to do. So and I loved my job, and I was good at my job because I loved it, right? But they thought they gave me so much, like, I don't know, it wasn't real to me. Some of it was real. And, I still live where that credit union is, and I still bank there. When I came back to town, I banked there. So, when I go through the teller line, some of them are still there and they remember me. They remember me. It's cool. It's cool. It is. But I say this to say, when you are quote unquote successful, everybody, whether they thinking they awful thoughts about you or not, in their head, they ain't trying to act like that. Because they don't know, what you can do for them. You can put in a good word when you're at the table, when you're in the board meeting. Oh, so and so, such and such. Or you can you have hiring power, whole lot of stuff. I don't know why everybody can't end it there. Something is not right with this picture. Like, can't have this blank space between the feet and the clothes, right? But anyways, this is a great book. Take from it what you will. What resonated with you. I know many of you have had these type of experiences too, right? I like this picture. It's a pretty picture. I mean, it comes alive for me. This picture comes alive for me. And I gotta remember what color this is. I like this color. Echo green. Look at that. I like that color. It looks natural. Not something it's a green blue kind of echo green. Yeah, look at him. He's the man. You've been here where the people are nice to you, but they might hate your guts. But they think you're successful. I want to know how you did it. Like, how did this black woman get up here in the executive wing with all the executives? Who is she? How did she do that? And they would certainly, quote unquote, black people would say that to me. Good Lord, how did you end up there? What did you do? Who did you know? All that. That's how they would look at it. The board members during that time, it was what, 2005 and 6. They liked the fact that I was there because it made them look good, because it was that time when you wanted integration. So they were progressive because of that, because I was in that position. Even though I deserved to be in that position, I was good at it. It was just that normally you wouldn't get the chance for some reason. And it wasn't like, oh, I just walked in. It wasn't like I just walked in the door and they hired me. When I worked at Siemens, the lady who was the director at Siemens was on the board of directors at the credit union. She knew that I was trying to get into training. I was purchasing then. I went to teach high school. So she knew my whole story. She was great to me. Her name was Janice. And she called me up and she says, "Hey, Maria, there's an opportunity here for assistant vice president of training then at this credit union." And she said, "I can't get you the job, but I can get you the interview." That's what she said. "You'll have to get the job, but I can get you the interview. And I know you well enough to know if I get you the interview, you're the best person for the job, but I can't guarantee you the job." And she was a white lady, and she was great to me. I like, Janice. And sure enough, it wasn't just one interview either. It was like 3. It was several interviews, right? And I got the job. And I love the job, like I said. But that was my experience with, because you're successful, everybody's going to try to be your friend. So here we go. I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. And I'll finish 13 through 15. So at least we get through the ones we said we were going to get through this Sabbath day. So with that, until next time, it's Ridea keeping it real.